Have you ever wondered how a simple village pond could become the foundation for one of Southeast Asia's most efficient and eco-friendly farming systems? Imagine a place where ducks swim freely, fish thrive beneath the surface, and farmers harvest double the profit from the same piece of land. This isn't science fiction, it's a centuries-old practice that still sustains millions of families today. Welcome to AgriNova USA, where we uncover the untold stories of farming models that transform both livelihoods and landscapes. In today's journey, we'll explore the fascinating model of duck-fish integration. Ducks have been companions of humans for thousands of years. Unlike chickens, which are often confined to dry land, ducks naturally live between two worlds, water and soil. Southeast Asian farmers noticed early on that this behavior could be harnessed to make ponds more than just fish reservoirs. By allowing ducks to forage, swim, and fertilize the water, the pond, a farmer in Vietnam once explained it this way: "If I raise only ducks, I sell eggs and meat. If I raise only fish, I wait months for harvest. But when I combine both, every day the pond is alive, and every part of it is working for me." The design is surprisingly straightforward. A pond of 1,000 square meters might house 400 ducks alongside thousands of fish. Ducks excrete manure rich in nitrogen and phosphorus directly into the water. Instead of becoming waste, this manure fuels the growth of plankton, tiny organisms that fish love to eat. Meanwhile, the fish act like underwater janitors, consuming algae and leftover duck feed, keeping the water clear and balanced. This natural synergy reduces the need for expensive feed and minimizes pollution that would otherwise harm the ecosystem. Farmers usually construct simple duck houses on the pond's edge. These shelters are raised on stilts with slatted floors for ventilation, giving ducks access to the pond whenever they want. The cost is minimal compared to industrial farms, yet the returns are surprisingly high. Let's talk economics. Ducks mature quickly. Within 50 to 70 days, they're ready for market. Fish take longer, around 4 to 6 months, but because the pond is always active, farmers can harvest up to 4 batches of ducks and 2 cycles of fish per year. Research across Southeast Asia shows this model can raise profits by 20 to 30% compared to single farming systems. Feed costs, the biggest expense in poultry production, drop significantly because fish consume much of what ducks leave behind. And remember, we're not talking about small volumes. Southeast Asia alone produces over 3 billion ducks annually, most of them in systems like this. When you look at those numbers, it's clear this is more than just tradition. It's big business. In Thailand, one farmer named Somchai runs a pond that supports both ducks and tilapia. He jokes that his ducks are better farmhands than people because they fertilize and clean without wages. What used to be an unproductive swamp is now his family's main income source. In Indonesia, duck eggs are a delicacy used for salted eggs, while the fish go directly to local markets. Farmers there often say that no resource is wasted. What the ducks don't eat becomes fish food, what the fish don't consume enriches the soil, and what the soil produces comes back as vegetables. These stories highlight something often overlooked. Farming here isn't just about biology, it's about resilience. For families with little land or capital, integrated systems provide a buffer against risk. If egg prices fall, fish sales still support them. If fish stocks are low one year, ducks fill the gap. Beyond profits, the duck-fish model plays an environmental role. Instead of polluting waterways with untreated manure, waste is recycled directly in the ecosystem. Chemical fertilizer use is reduced, since pond water can be drained into nearby rice fields as organic fertilizer. In fact, many Southeast Asian farmers take integration even further. After rice harvests, they release thousands of ducks into paddy fields. The ducks eat pests, snails, and weeds, reducing the need for pesticides. At the same time, they leave behind natural fertilizer, preparing the soil for the next planting season. This system demonstrates a principle often repeated in sustainable farming. Waste is not waste if you find its place in the cycle. Of course, integrated farming isn't without challenges. Stock too many ducks and the pond becomes overloaded. Neglect water circulation and disease may spread. Farmers must balance density carefully, usually no more than 500 ducks per 1,000 meters squared. Modern innovations are helping. Some farms install aeration systems to keep water oxygenated. Others rotate crops and fish species to prevent overuse. A few experimental farms even combine duck-fish systems with earthworm composted, where worms recycle cow manure into protein-rich duck feed. This creates a closed-loop cycle where nothing is wasted. Ducks are deeply woven into Southeast Asian food culture. From Vietnamese duck noodle soup to Thai duck curry to Indonesian nasi bebek, duck meat is celebrated across cuisines. Meanwhile, salted duck eggs are staples in markets from Manila to Singapore. Export markets are also growing. China, Hong Kong, and Singapore import significant volumes of duck meat and eggs, creating steady demand. Fish from integrated ponds, such as tilapia or carp, meet both local consumption and international needs. What makes this story powerful isn't just the biology, it's the philosophy. The duck-fish pond reminds us that farming doesn't always need to be high-tech or capital-intensive. Sometimes the smartest systems are those that mimic nature, where every output becomes someone else's input. In a world facing rising feed costs, climate uncertainty, and environmental stress, models like this offer inspiration. They show how small-scale farmers can compete in global markets while caring for the land and water that sustain them. So, what can we learn from Southeast Asian duck farmers? That profit and sustainability don't have to be opposites. That tradition can carry lessons for the future. And that sometimes the most innovative solutions are also the most natural. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to explore more stories of farming, food, and the hidden systems that feed the world. Only here on AgriNova USA.